I would like to give you 7 tips on how you can save hundreds of dollars in your garden and taking care of your property. So stick around till the end as we go through some major money-saving advice. Making your own fertilizer. And this bottle costs like $3, and to fertilize all our garden this summer we would probably need 100 of those, so it would be like $300. Now I wouldn't put out the 100 of these in my gardens, but I will show you another way. To make the fertilizer, just go into a weedy area of your gardens like this one, take a bucket, and you know, it's a stinging needle, so not so smart to have short pants. Well, you take a bucket and you fill it up with weeds. Just take some water and pour into the bucket of weeds. So look like that. Take the lid, if you have one, it's not necessary otherwise, and you do that. Okay, so we're just going to leave this for about 14 days and it should be good to use. And I will do 1 part of this and 10 parts water. Support poles is necessary, but it can be expensive. Here I got a store-bought one, a bamboo one. Package of these of 10 maybe cost you $10. Here I got my own one that I made from a rose bush. Very straight and you know, too easy to make. And this is fragile. This will break. The bamboo one will break if you use it a few times. This is not going to happen anything. I can hit it like this. Nothing happens. So how to make one of these? I'll show you. Just take a good branch like that one. And you just take off them. Got some leaves also, that's okay. Grab them along. So I got this cucumber plant that certainly needs some binding up. I just take our freshly made one, put it down there, and got your homemade bamboo stick, all for free. Next tip is to make your own soil. Potting mix is very expensive, and a bag like this can cost you like $5. And in a season, if you use 20 of them, that's $100. So I will show you how to make it for free. You just need some garden soil, so just make a hole anywhere in your garden and take some soil. Everyone has soil in their gardens. Just dig a hole, take some leaves that you saved from autumn, and take some compost, homemade compost. Now those leaves are pretty big, but I think you get the point. You just mix it around and you put them in the pot and you will have your free potting mix. The next tip is make sure you save your twigs and your sticks and your trees that you for some reason have taken down, because these guys can be used for a whole lot of things. I will show you a few examples. This is our raspberry planting, and we got support poles here. This one is from the supermarket. It cost $7 more or less. It was given to me, so I didn't pay anything. And this one I made myself from the sticks that I showed you before, and it was completely free. So if I'm gonna use 6 of those and it will be $7 each, it will be almost $50. But if I make it myself, well, there is nothing. So make sure you save any trees you cut down or any branches that you otherwise would throw into the fire. We made our own fence posts earlier this year, and I've made about 50, and in comparison, as I told you before, 7 of those 7 times 50, it's $350, and that's a big saving. Now you might not need a fence in your garden, but if you do, there's a big savings if you can make those yourself. Save seeds is your next tip. Now this is our seed storage, and it's probably worth hundreds of dollars because one of these can cost you $4. It can be so expensive, and if you can grow your own seeds and save them, it will save you a lot of money. So you don't want to save every seed like salad seeds where you get hundreds of them for $1. But this crop, corn, is really worth saving because one of these guys will give you hundreds of seeds, and if you buy that in the supermarket, maybe you get 10 for $3. So if I get 100, that's equivalent of $30 from just saving one of your cob and turning and saving your seeds. And the next year you will maybe have 100 corns instead of just 10. Next tip is to buy small plants and small trees. Here we got a big tree. You could buy this size in the nursery, but it will probably cost you like $200 or something like that. Or you could buy this little guy like I did for, was it $6 or $7 at Lidl? And yes, it will take you a few years before you get the fruit, but if you want to save money, you have to think smart. So we could save $200 in just buying a small tree and wait a few years rather than buying the massive one that gives you fruit directly. So sometimes you just have to have a little bit of patience if you want to be economical. Next up is a real big money saving one, and that is free stuff. Now, behind me here, I got our compost heaps, and we have 4 of them, and they can fit about 1 cubic meter each, even a little bit more. And I've built that out of free stuff. I built that out of pallets. So I just went into Marketplace, Facebook, and I saw that someone was giving away, I think it was 8 pallets for free, and I bought them. Now I just checked up how much I would have to pay to get to buy a plastic compost, and if I would buy one that fits half a cubic meter, that would be like $300. So if I would have to do all of them, it would be, oh, it's even hard to count, but it will be like $2,000. It's just silly to pay $2,000 for plastic ones if you can get it for free in Marketplace or any other website where people give stuff away for free. And you know, these kind of things, they are heavy and they probably need a very big car or even what do you call them? I will check up the name. A trailer. They need a trailer to go to the dump, and maybe they have to pay for it to get rid of it. So people want to give away stuff like this. They don't want to take care about it. So just check out what can you find in places like Marketplace that people give away for free. Next one is saving stones or collecting stones for free. And that is a big one because one of these costs like $2, and if you need 100 of them, it will be $200. Let me show you a few things that we made with just old stones that we've been given for free or that we saved. The stones here that separate the grass from the gravel, most of them was given to me for free. So I've saved about $200 from collecting them for free. I did have to buy some to complement the need, and it cost me almost $100. But anyways, if you can get some stones for free, you will save a lot of money, and you need stones everywhere. Around this bed, I've used some bricks that we had laying around our property, and I just made this edge here so the grass won't grow in. Now, I believe all of you can find second-hand bricks for free that people give away. So you don't have to buy super expensive edge material, but you can make it for free. If you find that those money saving tips is useful, please hit the subscribe button and leave a comment and let me know what you do to save money in your garden. And maybe you have a tip for me that I can save hundreds of dollars. Next money saving tips is renovation trash. Come along and I'll show you what I mean. So every now and then you have to renovate. We have 4 buildings on a property, and one of the buildings had to change roof, and as changing the roof, we had those boards that held the teal in its place, that you put the teal on those. And you know, my friend, he told me, you just have to go to the dump and throw this. But I thought, well, you never know, I just might need those. And I'll save them. It was a whole lot of them, so I'll show you what I made with some of them. I built this wall using recycled boards like this, and I saved us about $70 just building this small wall here. If I would do this whole house, it would be probably $200 or $300 just from not throwing away the renovation trash. And this is another renovation trash. This is just ordinary wood roof tiles, and instead of throwing them at the dump and paying money to get rid of them, I just use them around the house foundation to get the water to go away from that foundation and get rid of the grass and the weeds into the foundation. And also we can put tomato plants on there in pots. So that's another way to use renovation garbage. I've done some calculation on how much we save going through those things, and this is you know, a wildly calculation, but if you add up everything, the fertilizer, the seed saving, all the renovating materials, and the things that it was given for free from a marketplace or other giveaway for free websites, I've come to $960. So it's almost $1,000 from just the things that I've shown you today. And it can be a lot more, or maybe less if you don't have the same needs as we do. But in the conclusion, you know, gardening is expensive and taking care of your property is expensive, but you can make it a whole lot cheaper with just some time and some, you know, afterthought. Now, I hope that you like this video, and I see you next time. God bless you and have a good day.